कुछ performance अच्छा लगता था, I used to just say it's a ferocious performance with a flick of my finger.
Presenting dancer extraordinaire, choreographer, mentor, and judge DID Season 4, Feroz Khan.
And I think it is going to be the best one because my friend, our choreographer, my teacher, my guru, and one of the most wonderful faces, most pleasant people that I've learnt dancing under, Feroz is going to be judging it.
Just imagine this dancing has taken our nation, India, to a next level. We are competing with the international art. Mithunda told me, after a couple of weeks that, your father and your Khalajan episode on this thing, and people are calling me and asking, it has gone viral. This I've worked with Amitabh sir, Amitabh Bachchan sir. I've worked with Rishi Kapoor, God bless his soul. You have no idea. One, I saw Rekha ji, during Om Shanti Om, where me and Geeta Ma was training her, and we were doing Om Shanti Om, that song. Yeah. तो उसमें हम सब आर्टिस्ट को ट्रेन कर रहे थे. And the only artist who came for rehearsal was Rekha ma'am. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था यार जैकी चैन सर आ रहे हैं तो ये स्टूडियो में कैसा डांस करेंगे, ये कैसा ये करेंगे. But he came, he never said कि ये क्या. He came, he met me very nicely and बात किया, मुझे choreography सिखाई. He's like मुझे proper बॉम्बे का कुछ fun dance सिखाओ. So I started showing him street dancing. अच्छा. He was so happy.
What is the kind of advice you would like to share for aspiring dancers to become a choreographer?
Who's on air?
Namaskaram. This is my brother, Feroz Khan. Brother from another mother, and he's somebody so special, close to my heart. 30-35 साल से शायद जानते हो. Feroz, my brother, how you been and how's the day been, brother?
First of all, very amazing to see this, what is happening right now. कभी सोचा नहीं था, but Kamlaksh, I'm really happy what you're doing. And such an honor that, he called me after 30 years. ऐसे नहीं हम मिले नहीं, but हाल ही में because of the workflow and everything, always on the phone. But it's always good to know about what you're doing. And when you told me this, you're doing this, and you want me to come, I said, please, you should just tell me when to come and I'll come.
Thank you so much, यार. एक कॉल पे आ गया तो बट दिल की बात है यार. Thank you so much.
Always, anything for you, Kamlaksh.
बात बताओ अभी, how did this journey begin? You are a well-known choreographer. How did the journey begin?
First of all, I'm one of the well-known choreographers. ऐसे बहुत सारे हैं हमारे इंडस्ट्री में. They're doing a very good job and amazing work they're doing. I've also done a couple of them, and I'm very happy whatever I've done till now. Inshallah, आगे भी करता रहूँगा. The journey's been good and amazing he's the best one to know what has happened with me. He's the reason I'm here sitting today, and one of my, aspiration where I, felt that this is the man who got me here today. So all the credit goes to you, Kamlaksh, and I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm humbled.
And I'm really humbly saying this because you're the one, we started our journey together. You were still senior to me when I joined you.
Yes.
But all thanks to you, the way you guided and treated me as a brother, as a family, and the way we started from a very small company. It was a very interesting story. We used to work for this company called Clowns Are Us.
Yes.
Which was owned by Ashwin Gidwani sir. And Kamlaksh was leading that company that time. And he was looking out for a couple of, entertainers to join in the company and be part of the group. And through a friend, I got to know and I met him and he said, हाँ अच्छा दिखता है, इसको बुला लो. And I remember we started as a mascot. We were like,
used to wear mascots,
mascot costume. We were clowns also, most of the parties. And we've gone to all the children's party, in their houses, in their gullies. And, we have done amazing orchestra parties we have done. And we have entertained the kids and the families and the people. That's how we all started. And once we were doing that, Kamlaksh has always been a creative and amazing thought. Us time pe, I think Rangila film was released and it was very hit. And I remember our first performance and he said, yaar, parties mein bhi bahut ho gaya, being a mascot and bachcho ko entertain karna. So let's do something different. Then he came up with the idea of let's do some choreography and entertain. And I was always like, a street dancer and I used to enjoy dancing. And I think we were only 3 of us. I remember Avinash, Ashwin.
Yes.
And Praveen was there, you, me, Kamlaksh, and Kamlaksh.
Naveen
was there. and Shami.
Shami.
People kept joining in because he's the man, who attracts people towards him. His simplicity and
Arey
his
bhai.
aura. No, I'm just today. I would like to say because after 30 years, I got a first chance in my life to speak about this man because he's here sitting right in front of me.
Oh, God, thank you.
And the journey's been so beautifully with me, with Kamlaksh, because he was a teacher, he was my guru, one of my first choreographers who actually taught, dancing during those days. And it was Rangila song, I remember, and we danced
Yai
so
re,
much.
yai re.
Yai re. We danced in all the parties, and he was a center, obviously, attraction because well-built, good-looking, he is. And then I was one of the skinny guys in the group and long hair. The only charm was with me was long hair and my beard, my different kind of, I used to trim my beard. And yeah, he made a really good troupe and we used to enjoy. I think mahine mein hum 4 to shows karte
Yes.
the.
We should do a lot
It
of
was good
shows.
and there was not that big kind of money, but we were happy whatever we were getting. So in the beginning, to paise ka to tha nahi, but Kamlaksh always been a good, paymaster. Whatever he used to give that time also, we used to be very happy. Whatever few hundreds we used to get, we were very happy and we enjoyed every moment. And that was, the time we all thought, we'll do something in our lives. And yeah, we are here today. And my journey, separated from him because he's the one who pushed me to do that. And I went in that direction and it just happened to me. And I'm here today, Kamlaksh. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. And both sir, I think I'm humbled what Feroz has said. But telling you the truth, Feroz also has worked towards his presence, the way, the quality of a person is. He's very down to earth, very straight, and that's why it shows in his work. So, what is the first big break you got by?
A break as a film, as a choreographer, तो एक का तो भी नाम नहीं लूँगा, but yeah, it started with a lot of films. I think my first film was Shabi Firak's song with Shahid Kapoor and Kareena Kapoor. Shabi Firak, there was a song,
I think it did well, right?
It did very well. It was an end-credited song because end-credited song आने शुरू हुए थे तब. पहले there was not a spot where there used to be a separate song from the film. सारे गाने फिल्मों में होते थे. तो उन्होंने नया ट्रेंड शुरू किया था प्रोड्यूसर्स ने कि हम एक प्रमोशनल ट्रैक फिल्म के एंड में डालेंगे ताकि प्रमोशन हो. दैट टाइम सोशल मीडिया वाज नॉट लाइक इन द मार्केट एंड शब फिराक वाज द सॉन्ग वो हमने किया था एंड इट बिकेम रियली बिग. इट वाज शॉट अगेंस्ट द ग्रीन स्क्रीन एंड कैन सर वाज देयर एंड कैन घोष सर एंड कुकी गुलाटी एंड आई वाज द कोरियोग्राफर ऑन दैट सॉन्ग. And from that song as a choreography started, and then Madha Lavla, and then Move Your Body, and Gal Mitte Mitte Bol, and a lot of songs.
So, from a dancer to a choreographer, what do you think? What is it being different? Dancer se choreographer.
See, it's always like how in school when you go to junior and then you go to senior, then you go to first standard, second standard. So same thing with dancing also. तब प्रॉपर स्कूलिंग होती थी कि अगर आप बैकग्राउंड डांसर हो. दैट्स हाउ आई स्टार्टेड माय बैकग्राउंड डांसिंग करियर इन बॉलीवुड. एंड उसके बाद में एक कोरियोग्राफर के अंडर ट्रेन लाइक व्हाटएवर दे डूइंग इन विद डांसिंग, बिकॉज जब हम ज्वाइन करते थे तो हम ऑलरेडी हम डांसर्स होते थे, तब हमें लिया जाता था ऑडिशन करके. तो मैंने भी ऑडिशन दी. I was selected, and maybe because I was one of the tallest guy and with long hair, so I stood out.
You had a very different personality from then on.
Yeah, I think वो बन गई actually. ऐसा intention नहीं था, but वो बन गया था because I used to DJ. I started as a DJ basically.
Right.
I was a street dancer before, but dancing was my passion, and then I wanted to get into music because पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही थी ठीक से. तो मैं music में चला गया उसके through. Then you met me, and then all this happened, and then it gave me a push from there, and then yeah. So I think तो मैं डीजेइंग और डांसिंग साथ में नहीं कर पा रहा था बिकॉज पढ़ाई छोड़ दी थी बीच में ही. एंड उसके बाद में मेरा क्या करूँ, आई वाज वेरी कंफ्यूज. बट आई थिंक गॉट मोर अट्रैक्टेड टुवर्ड्स डांसिंग बिकॉज इट वाज अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क एंड लॉट ऑफ ग्लैमर. शुरू में इतना तो पता नहीं चला, बट बिकॉज जब हम वी यूज्ड टू डांस फॉर द किड्स पार्टीज एंड ऑल दैट, the appreciation from the families and from the group of people we used to be really happy. तो लोग हमारे लिए ताली बजा रहे हैं.
हमें खाना मिलता था अभी.
खाने मिलता था और उस
अच्छा डांस होता, खाना मिलता था.
प्लेट में बर्थडे पार्टीज में केक और वो चूड़ा वेफर. I still miss those days, and it used to be really interesting. And I remember हमें कुछ families होती थी जो they used to be very amazingly they used to treat us, and actually I think most of the families
They all treated us well.
very well. But because घर के spaces किसके बड़े होते थे तो we used to be together, अगर छोटे होते तो we used to be like put in one corner, okay यार, this is the space you can sit and eat. But we were like treated very well, and तो जो भी मिलता था हम उसमें एंजॉय करते थे. कभी खाना ज़्यादा हो जाता बांध के भी ले आते थे. हम बस से ट्रैवल करते, ट्रेन से ट्रैवल करते, उसका अलग ही मज़ा होता था. बिकॉज दैट वाज द टाइम वी ऑल स्टार्टेड ग्रोइंग अप इन आवर लाइफ इन टर्म्स ऑफ करियर एंड वी डिडंट नो कि वेयर वी वर हेडिंग. But the direction was very clear because this man used to, like, come up with a lot of ideas, costume thoughts. I remember, I will not forget, there was a studio where we used to rehearse. It was not a studio also, it was a school in Villepale East. Gandhi.
Next to
something.
Gandhi
Yeah,
Hall.
Gandhi Hall. वहाँ पे ऑब्वियसली ये नहीं होते थे,
Mirror
mirrors
नहीं
होते थे.
होते थे.
आज तो हमारे इतने अच्छे स्टूडियोज विद एसीज एंड एवरीथिंग, उसमें तो एक पुराने फैन लगे होते थे. हमें तब एसी का इतना पता भी नहीं होता था कि स्टूडियो में कभी एसी हम कभी हमारे लाइफ में दिखेगा. तो विंडोज खोल देते थे. पुरानी बिल्डिंग सी एक बंगलो जैसा होता था पुराना, एक बिल्डिंग के बराबर में लेपाले, इसमें हम वहाँ पे रिहर्सल करते थे. फ्लोर यूज्ड टू बी लाइक अ नॉर्मल सीमेंटेड फ्लोर. एंड कमलाश अपने घर से छोटा म्यूजिक सिस्टम लेके आते थे एंड उसमें कैसेट्स हम यूज्ड टू यूज ऑडियो कैसेट्स एंड उसके ऊपर हम करते थे. यूज्ड टू कम विद पेन एंड पेपर, यूज्ड टू राइट हम ये करेंगे. मैं तो मस्ती में लगा रहता था सबके साथ में. Then used to get, let's get serious, and we used to all actually, and then this how we move forward in life. जब because of him I went through a channel and then I got through that, and then उसके बाद में दुनिया फिर ऐसी लगने लगी.
वो आपका टैलेंट है. देखो अब मैं शायद जरिया हो रहा हूँ, but your it's a talent which is there. We'll come to a point. Since you are a choreographer, how much is the director's say in whatever you do? So since the concept is the director's कि ऐसा होना चाहिए, but how much is the say and how much is your say in a film shoot?
So basically, with times, a lot of things has changed in terms of technicality. In the beginning, because I grew up watching choreographers when I used to work under Ahmed Bhai and Farah Ma. My main schooling was done by Farah Ma because उनके साथ में बहुत सारे गाने किए as a choreographer, as an assistant choreographer, as a dancer first. I started with her. So उनको देख के ना I have learned a lot because हम dancing के बाद में ना जब वो monitor पे देखते थे तो हम उनके कैमरा असिस्टेंट आके बात करते थे कि हाउ दिस शॉट हैज बीन टेकन, वो ऐसा कैसे लगता है, तो वो एक प्रोसेस होता था कि कोई सिखाता नहीं था. यू हैव टू एक्चुअली लुक एंड वॉच व्हाट इज हैपनिंग अराउंड यू. तो जब हम देखते थे कि कोरियोग्राफर इज टॉकिंग टू द डायरेक्टर, तो आपस में जो मीटिंग्स करते थे तो हम बराबर में खड़े होते थे, तो हमें सुनने में आता था क्या ठीक है ये शॉट हम यहाँ से ऐसा लेंगे. तो उसमें कोरियोग्राफर भी सेइंग होता था बिकॉज वो कोरियोग्राफर डिजाइन करता है कि ये डांस मूव ऐसा होगा, फिर डायरेक्टर्स आके डीओपी सर आके उसके अंदर एक वो करते हैं कि नहीं चलो. इट्स बेसिकली अ टीम वर्क. कोरियोग्राफी एंड डायरेक्शन नाउ इज बिकम वन. व्हाई? बिकॉज एवरीवन इज बिकम क्रिएटिव. The process is very different now. The process was different before. Because पहले होता था कि डायरेक्टर का बहुत सेइंग होता था कि मुझे इस तरह से ही चाहिए. बिकॉज इतना टेक्निकलिटी में लोग नहीं घुसते थे. आजकल बिकॉज ऑफ द सोशल मीडिया लॉट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजीज कम इन. वी हैव opportunities to go through a lot of social media channels, YouTube and everything, where we find a lot of things informative in Google, YouTube, and everyone's become creative. Every person in this world, I think whoever has a smartphone has become a creative person, because if he knows how to handle the smartphone, that means he's a creative person. So that's how it started, and everything got changed. Now a director and a choreographer work in tandem. Now mostly upper hand choreographer hone lage hai, because a lot of thought comes from a choreographer, because he has only the person who got an experience in choreography, who has spent so many years and so much of work in choreography, so he could understand. For example, if there's a new director, I'm not saying that if I'm an old choreographer, मेरे से पुराने director है तो मैं नहीं, उनकी मेरे से experience ज़्यादा होगा. Like if I'm a choreographer from last 15 years and a director who has just come into this field 2 years back, he takes a lot of help and support, and we also work as a team, and then it's a thought process कि नहीं ये इस तरह से shot लिया जाएगा, and of course the cinematographer who's there to visualize it so beautifully, so he also has a lot of inputs, how the light will be. Now creatively I know कि यार as an actor के ऊपर कैसी light आनी चाहिए, because the mood of the song कैसा है, it all depends how you visualize it and put on the paper. So I've been from an old school, so everything is properly written on the paper or typed. Okay, this is how I want my shots, like a proper shot breakdown before the song. It's like a storyboarding, like how a director writes a script is exactly as a choreography also. So वहाँ पे हमें लिखना नहीं पड़ता कि डांस मूव में हाथ ऊपर पैर नीचे. So dance move is set and we record and keep it, but the kind of movement, there's a particular section where I want the hand to be up and another actress will come under the hand and will cover or something. That small details we'll write it down, so we know कि ये ऐसा होगा तो यहाँ से the shot will gonna get cut and get edited. So there's a lot of thought process. So director's point of view is also very important because he is directing a film. He knows the characters very well than a choreographer. But now we have time and spaces where they send us the information much before. So we work on it. And he's there always there on the set to help us out with the characterization. Okay, am I going in the right direction with the character? Am I overpowering or underplaying the character he has made? And is it required in the song or not? Especially, there are a lot of songs I have choreographed. Agnipath is one of the examples. Abhi Mujh Mein Kahin with Hrithik Roshan and the sister.
Right.
Yeah.
Wonderful song.
So that is one of the song I have choreographed. Abhi Mujh Mein Kahin. उसमें कुछ भी dancing नहीं है. But the kind of moment, how
तो वो तो styling बोलते हैं.
it's the styling in the sense the emotion, how to capture the emotion is also the choreography. It's a choreography which is happening right now, which you and me.
So you also call a shot on the emotions of the actor at that time.
Yes. So this kind of song, I listened to it so many times. So I discussed with the director. My friend Karan was, the director. And he said, Feroz, I want this song to be in this kind of zone because it's a very emotional, a brother-sister kind of a bonding relationship. How will he stand in front of a sister, or a sister will stand in front of a brother meeting after so many years, and how he's going to hug her and the tears going to come out, the kind of angles and cuts we're going to take. So it has been discussed before, well before, and it turned out to be so beautiful.
Yes.
But again, it was the directors, choreographers, cinematographer, even the actors are involved. Such great par excellence actors are also involved in this. Okay, no, I don't want to maybe hug her. I just want to stand, and she might just come and just grab me and because I'm meeting her. There's one look to her. So there are a lot of information.
Small points.
It's a lot of details. So we see a song, a layman will just see a song and say, "Ke yaar, ye to yaar bahut aasan hai." But everything has a thought process. Even before we started this interview, there's a thought process to it.
Yes.
There was a mic testing. There was a mic placement. There was a camera person who was doing his framings. He was not happy. He was not letting us start the show. So every small detail matters in everything. In our daily life also. If you don't wash the plate properly, we're going to get sick the next day. So everything's been, well planned.
What is that one song which you have choreographed that still remains in your heart and is the feather in your cap kind of thing?
I feel I've collected a lot of feathers because every achievement in my life in terms of my film songs or directing.
But one particular, ek khas koi.
I would say, Madal Adla, because that was a very different film.
Right.
And in a time where people were not accepting
it's
a lot
an
of
iconic
laws
film
and
with iconic
film with iconic actors and the director the first time. My very dear friend Tarun Mansukhani, a great director, his first film. And I've worked with him as an assistant choreographer. He was an assistant director to Karan sir in Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. And the journey was amazing with him. So he was doing it, and there were a lot of things going on during the song because it's called Madal Adla, Bigad Gaya, and the kind of film it was way ahead of its time. And so it remained because a lot of fun element.
How did you get to choreograph Kiran Kher ma'am?
No, so basically I did a song which was an end credit song, which is Madal Adla, the remix one.
The remix one.
The one which was in the film where Kiran ma'am was there was done by Vaibhavi ma'am.
Achha.
I did the end credit remix one where
that was also
John Ibrahim, Priyanka Chopra, they're all fully dancing and the steps and all that. And the song opens with one Gandalf kind of a character standing with one, sidekick girl with him. That was me in the song.
Right.
But it got cut off on YouTube because there was some word which was used and it was not taken by the censor board.
Okay.
So that was being cut off from that video, and I'm there, and it started. And thanks to Tarun because he's a prank master, and it comes to. So he made me care. I said, I'm a choreographer. No, I want you to do this character in the beginning of the film. Until the time I had gone on the set, I didn't know that I was doing this because I had told him that let's cast someone for this. He said, yeah, I have casted someone. Where is he? Send me his picture. He said, no, the set pe main tujhe directly milana chahta hu. And I went on the set and I remember I was, he called me to the makeup. He said, sit in front of the mirror. I said, why, what happened? Well, I'm going to introduce you to the character. And I sat in front of the mirror in the makeup chair and he just put the Gandalf wig on the top of my head. Well, what are you doing? He's like, that's you. You're going to play this character. So it was all of a sudden, he's amazing with his thought. And that's how it started. And when it came on the TV, so a lot of allegations started happening. You can't use this word, that word and all that. Because there was some, laws were going on and all that. And it was very funny actually. It was not even, saying anything against anyone. It was something very fun element. But that time was not correct. So we did that, and it's there. You'll see somewhere. But if you now see the YouTube, you're not going to see the beginning portion of it.
So you have been a model also. You modeled for so many. I think you've done international modeling assignment also. So,
Yeah.
so for you, and acting has been also a part of being a dancer. I think dancer कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ी तरीके से actor भी रहता ही है.
हाँ.
So how did it work with being as a model? You were also in one of Shah Rukh's films also. कौन सा?
कुछ होता है.
कुछ होता है.
Yeah.
So कुछ होता है. Also, you are Shah Rukh's friend that time.
Yeah.
So
Thanks to
all this
Farama.
modeling, acting, all that, and a choreographer.
See, because in the beginning, when studies were not happening very great, and I was very confused what to do. Then you met me, and then there's some modeling offers which came because यहाँ tall है, लंबे बाल है, अजीब सी beard है, so there was some, people came up to me and said, "Will you model?" Because I was a DJ in a club. Someone approached me there while I was DJing, and maybe in the night, a lot of color lights on my face and everything. They found something and they said very interesting, and then said, "You can be a model." I said, I haven't done. So I remember I went to Juhu. We need some portfolios to be done. और आपको करके आना पड़ेगा.
Juhu also 9, that studio.
Studio, yeah.
Studio 9. Studio 9.
It's in Juhu, yeah. It's in Juhu. So I remember I went to the studio and मेरे पास एक बहुत पुराना सूट था जो मैंने अपने cousin की शादी में बनवाया था. And I took that suit and I said, "Sir, ये फोटो निकालना." तो I remember उस समय 50 रुपए का एक पिक्चर निकलता था और वो भी बहुत महंगा होता था. मैंने नहीं सर 2 पिक्चर निकलते नहीं, 2 नहीं, कम से कम 4 तो करने पड़ेंगे. I remember how I got that money. Obviously अम्मी से लिया था मैंने. And वहाँ जाके मैंने फोटो खिंचवाए, उनको दिखाए, तो जैसे हाँ, that's how the modeling started. And then slowly फिर DJing चल रहा था, modeling भी, फिर magazines के लिए calls आने शुरू हो गए, international magazines के लिए. Then international products के आने चले. Dolce & Gabbana, I was the first model to shot for Dolce & Gabbana. Then Titan Fast Track, which came to India that time.
That was very popular.
Yeah.
All the Titan ads were with you.
The Titan ad of the beginning, Lintas and Imam Siddiqui, I'll give the credit to him. Yeah. He, and Natarajan sir was a photographer, doing the campaign for that. And we did that and became very big. There was huge hoardings throughout Mumbai and Bangalore. And I went to shoot Bangalore, the TVC, and it became very big. At that time, these 2 sisters, Tyra and Tapu, were the top models, and I was with her shooting one of the sisters, and it became very big. And I did a lot of modeling work with a lot of brands, Mufti, Shoppers Stop. So सब चल रहा था, तो मुझे लग रहा था life, अच्छी चल रही है. But acting के offers भी आए, but I was not very sure because I'm not a good actor. Yeah, but because choreography करते करते फारामा को देखते देखते on the set वो कैसे actors को समझाती हैं, कैसे वो करते हैं. I remember जब मुझे हम कुछ होता है कि rehearsals कर रहे थे. I think उस time पे Karan sir आए थे. Karan Johar was a producer, a director and producer of the film. So he came on the rehearsal and said, "This boy looks very different from everyone. Can I use him as a DJ?" तो माने बोला, "He's actually a DJ. He used to DJ also." बोले, "Very good." So he gave me that role where, I'm the DJ in the film where I say, Rahul Anjali ka jhagda ho gaya hai. And there's one small dialogue which Anupam sir comes into the, college premise and says, "Feroz, cut your hair." And I say, "Jealous, huh?" So that became very big after the release. And till then, I've never cut my hair. I've never trimmed my hair.
Cut hair.
I've never cut my hair after that because it just became a trend. मुझे अच्छे लगने लगे तो कभी पोनी बांध लेते डांसिंग के टाइम पे. But most of the time, my hair used to be open. So that's how. But उस डायलॉग्स को बोलने के लिए भी शाहरुख सर एंड काजल मैम ने बहुत हेल्प किया. बट वो एक खाली इतना डायलॉग बोलने के लिए मैं डर गया था बिकॉज फेसिंग द कैमरा एंड डांसिंग वाज ओके, बट फेसिंग द कैमरा एंड सेइंग समथिंग वाज वेरी डिफरेंट फॉर मी एंड न्यू. सो मैंने बोला यार मैं कभी एक्टर नहीं बन सकता बिकॉज मेरा रुझान उस तरफ था ही नहीं. मुझे कभी शौक ही नहीं हुआ कि मैं एक्टर बनूँ. मॉडलिंग तक ठीक था, डांसिंग तक ठीक था, बट आई वाज नेवर फन स्टैंड इन फ्रंट ऑफ द कैमरा एंड टॉक सो मच एंड गेट दैट इमोशन आउट. हाँ, सॉन्ग्स में क्या होता है, इट्स लिमिटेड. It's for the timing because you're not facing the camera. You're telling the actor that you have to face the camera and have to do this and say. That's very easy for me to do that time. So mostly I kept doing that. And acting is not that easy, to get the emotions out. So when we say, "हाँ यार ये कुछ भी acting कर रहा है," but there's a lot of thought process which goes behind an actor to conceive that character in him.
Journey with Farah ma'am as an assistant.
It was a beautiful journey. I still miss those days because I still feel कि शायद मैं अभी भी assistant होता उनका as a dancer because बहुत मस्ती हुई, बहुत मजाक हुई, बहुत कुछ सीखने मिला.
She's a tough cookie to work with, no?
No. To be honest, she is not. She's very, very sharp when she's working. She's very different when she's working. And she's very different in real life. She's the most sweetest person.
That I
the most
heard of.
humble soul on this planet Earth.
I got to work with her for a very one song. वो कुछ तो बता करके था.
Okay.
फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी. I did one small part because
I remember that. So I started as a background dancer, but within 2 years I became her assistant because again she must
so
have
Geeta
saw
Ma, you and I think Richie वो कोई था ना?
Yeah, to Richie. So basically, these all people are senior to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I came much later.
Right.
Geeta Ma was much before me, and like they were like friends, and she became a choreographer, then she became her assistant. Then obviously Richie, and also Richie is the one who came to search for this 100 dancers for an audition for Farama's show in 96 September. I remember we were doing Miss World in Bangalore. It happened. ABCL was producing it. So I was doing some event choreography rehearsals with the choreographer Kamlksh Shetty. And then Richie came. That's when I met Richie first. And he said, Santosh, I need your dancers to audition tomorrow, the same place for Farama. So I used to think that Farama was like some Farah Khan actress उस time पे. So next day we went I was one of the 100 dancers. So they wanted 50 boys, 50 girls. So 200-300 लोग audition करने के लिए आए. तो हम 100 लोग select हो गए. उसमें से 50 करके 50 girls, 50 girls. That's how I went to Bangalore and we did the show. And then फिर उनके बाकी projects आए. तो Longi sir was also there assisting Farama that time. So they started, talking about me to her. Okay, things look very different and उसका style भी अच्छा है, लंबा भी है and all that. Though I used to be, in the last row because of the height. Yeah, because a lot of actors used to push me behind. कि नहीं पीछे खड़ा हो तो बहुत बड़ा दिखता है because of hair and everything. So I used to be pushed behind. मुझे अच्छा लगता है last में खड़े रह के डांस करना. तो दुनिया पीछे से बहुत अलग दिखती थी मुझे. The whole scenario. मैं सबसे पीछे हूँ, मेरे सबसे आगे. I used to enjoy that moment. So करते करते then I became an assistant. उनको अच्छा लगा कुछ projects मैं कर रहा था, but बहुत strict भी सिखाती भी थी कि नहीं ये ऐसा नहीं ऐसा करना, ऐसा नहीं ऐसा करना. डर भी लगता था, because घर में obviously अम्मी से डर था, टीचरों से डर था. तो ये भी एक टीचर थी, तो वो एक हमेशा डर रहा था जिंदगी में. आज भी हमें in touch with her, आज भी मिलती हैं, तो I call her माँ and we meet as a family. But आज भी वो एक respect और डर हमेशा अंदर है ये. But because of her, learned a lot of things in a quick time, and she made me progress in my journey, and I kept moving on, and then became a choreographer after a first film.
You hustled so much. What is the kind of advice you would like to share for aspiring dancers to become a choreographer? It won't be the same like before, I understand, but क्या होना चाहिए?
Yeah, today's generation is very fast because they want everything very quick. और एक्चुअली आज माहौल भी ऐसा होगा कि हमें सब कुछ जल्दी चाहिए. आज हमें खाना भी जल्दी चाहिए. अगर माने या घर में किसी ने खाना बनने में 1 घंटा 1.5 घंटा लगेगा, हमने फूड ऑनलाइन जाके हमने मंगा ली, आधे घंटे में खाना या तो मिनिमम 20 मिनट्स में आ जाता है. सो एवरीथिंग वी नीड फास्ट. सो हम अब जैसा हमें पहले सब्र होता था, पेशेंस, वो नहीं रहा. और ये जनरेशन की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. दिस इज हाउ एवरीथिंग हैज बिकम अराउंड. Everything has changed, so everything has become. ऐसे नहीं कि आज की जनरेशन में सब्र नहीं है, उनका मगर अलग लेवल का सब्र है. जो हमारा जो सब्र था, जो आज भी हम उसको फॉलो करते हैं, वैसा वाला नहीं हो सकता, बिकॉज हमारा टाइम अलग था, उनका टाइम अलग है, उनकी चीजें अलग है. बट हाँ, वी आर द मोस्ट वी शुड बी सेइंग दैट फॉर्चुनेट. हम वो दौर देखे हैं हमने, from the black and white TV to a color, the transition from a landline to a mobile phone. We've seen all the transition in our life. They have not seen it. So उनको उसका वैल्यू जो उन्होंने देखा नहीं है, तो उनको कभी वो होगा नहीं. बट हम उनको सिखाते हैं. जैसे मैंने भी रियलिटी शो पे जब मैं था, तो बातें होती थी, तो मेरा हमेशा ये होता था कि यू हैव टू बी पेशेंट एंड फोकस व्हाट यू डूइंग. एंड हर चीज़ का एक वक्त मुकर्रर किया गया ऊपर वाले ने, तो यू हैव टू बी लाइक रियली पेशेंट व्हाट यू डूइंग. एंड कुछ लोगों को समझ में आता था, कुछ लोगों को समझ में नहीं आता था. बट आई वुड जस्ट एडवाइज पीपल जस्ट टू बी पेशेंट इन लाइफ, हैव सब्र इन योर लाइफ, एंड उसके बारे में जानकारी ज़्यादा हासिल करें जिस चीज़ में जाना चाहते हैं. ऐसे नहीं कि कोरियोग्राफर ऐसे नहीं बनते हैं. You have to have that kind of knowledge in terms of आपने बहुत सारी फिल्में देखनी चाहिए, आपको बहुत सारी चीज़ें एक बंदे या बंदी को फॉलो करना चाहिए, आप जिनको आप उनको आइडल मानते हैं, and then you take it forward with your work. ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने हाँ ये गाना देख लिया, but there's a lot of thought process कि जो लोगों ने ये गाना बनाया है एज अ कोरियोग्राफर, एज अ डायरेक्टर, वो उनका थॉट प्रोसेस क्या था, तो उनके इंटरव्यूज देखें, उनके बारे में पढ़ें, बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज अवेलेबल ऑन द सॉफ्ट कॉपी इंटरनेट, यू डोंट हैव टू गो थ्रू बुक्स नाउ. पहले तो हमारे पास हमें जो रेफरेंस करना होता तो हमें कुछ इंटरनेशनल मैगजीन्स हमें देखनी पड़ती थी, कहीं मिल जाती थी, वो भी कोई रद्दी वाले के पास. अभी तो आप टाइप करो एंड एवरीथिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ, इट्स आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का जमाना चल रहा है. आपको लाइक ऑन द फोन यू हैव एवरीथिंग इन योर हैंड. सो आई एम सेइंग जस्ट बी पेशेंट, डू अ गुड होमवर्क, don't rush for it, and be focused and be humble.
But still you'll have to go through being an assistant and choreographer. Sequence वैसे ही रहेगा कि अभी पहले से फास्ट हो गया?
नहीं, पहले से फास्ट हो गया, पहले जैसा नहीं है. बिकॉज मुझे आई एम हैप्पी दैट आई वेंट थ्रू दैट प्रोसेस के फ्रॉम अ स्ट्रीट डांसर टू a person dancing into the parties and to getting a background dancing, assisting choreographer, director, now producer, director, whatever. So process रहा है. I think आज लोग इतना टाइम भी नहीं है ना, लोग इतना आपको टाइम देंगे करने के लिए. whatever needs to happen needs to happen fast. आज टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी बढ़ गई है कि everyone knows about cameras. जिस बंदे ने अगर 5वीं तक भी पढ़ा होगा ना, आज उसको आप बोलो कि यार ये इसके बारे में मुझे बताओ, रील्स को कैसे एडिट करना है, इसकी लाइटें कहाँ से लानी चाहिए. So everyone knows about everything now. So everything is fast. So I'm saying अपनी तरफ से होमवर्क करना बहुत जरूरी है. यू हैव टू हैव दैट होमवर्क बिफोर यू डू एनीथिंग, जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट प्रोसेस, एंड यू हैव टू हैव इनफ ऑफ टाइम टू स्पेंड. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी दैट आई गेट अलॉन्ग विद अ लॉट ऑफ माय वर्क क्लाइंट्स वेयर दे गिव मी टाइम टू एक्सपेरिमेंट थिंग्स. लाइक मुझे कुछ वक्त चाहिए, मुझे ना प्रोजेक्ट्स आते हैं कि कब परसों शूट करना है, तो मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, तो मैं नहीं बोलूँगा यार कि मुझे नहीं करना, बट मैं रात भर जागूंगा उसके बारे में. मैं आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि वो प्रोसेस कैसा था, या उसके रेफरेंसिंग करूँगा, और आई वांट टू गेट कंफर्म इन माय हेड. बिकॉज हमने शुरुआत ही ऐसे की थी ना, लाइक फिल्मों से, तो हमने हमेशा सब ऐसा ही देखा है. तो अगर वो डिटेल में भी मुझे जाना है तो मुझे हर चीज़ देखनी पड़ती है कि वो बड़े कैनवस पे कैसा दिखेगा वो. तो वही थॉट प्रोसेस रहा. अभी भी म्यूजिक वीडियो करता हूँ तो मुझे लगता है कि मुझे वाइड लेंस लगाना है, एंड उसके बाद में लगाऊंगा क्लोज या मिड लगाऊंगा, बट मुझे पहले वाइड लेंस लगा के इसको देखना है कैसा है ये. सो इट अगेन इज द थॉट प्रोसेस. सो आई एम सेइंग जस्ट डू अ होमवर्क वेरी वेल एंड एक्सपीरियंस एंड अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट पीपल हैव गॉन थ्रू दैट प्रोसेस.
So but you mean to say there are chances of becoming a choreographer more faster than that?
Yeah,
but you'll miss a lot of things in between, right?
Yeah, the experience they're going to miss in terms of कि आपको जैसा वो एक चार्म था कि हम डांसर थे, दुनिया अलग थी, फिर असिस्टेंट बने, थोड़ी जिम्मेदारी और आ गई, फिर कोरियोग्राफर बने, बहुत सारी जिम्मेदारियां आ गई, डायरेक्टर बने तो उससे ज्यादा जिम्मेदारी होगी, आपके कंधों पे सब कुछ है, आपको एक टीम को लेके चलना है. जब आप डांसर होते हो तो वो आपके अंदर वो नहीं होता, आप तो लोगों के साथ में नाच रहे हो, तो आपके ऊपर कोई प्रेशर नहीं होता. बट एज अ डायरेक्टर, एज अ कोरियोग्राफर, लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर बिकॉज प्रोड्यूसर इज ट्रस्टिंग यू, इज पुटिंग इन द मनी ऑन योर विजन, on your kind of work you have done. उसकी वजह से आपको बुलाया गया है, तो you cannot put anyone's money in the wrong direction, so that's what I'm saying. तो एक्सपीरियंस होना बहुत जरूरी है. So ये नहीं बोल रहा कि आप पहला अगर कोई प्रोजेक्ट मिला तो आपको और 10 पहले गाने करके फिर मुझे करो, नो, टाइम ही नहीं किसी के पास मिला, अच्छी बात है. हाँ, उसके बारे में होमवर्क कर लो, work hard towards that, understand how it's been done and how it is done.
From doing all this to a very well-known judge in Dance India Dance, DID, how did that happen and what has been the takeaways from there?
Yeah, that was one turning point in my life because it gave me a lot of fame in terms of visual appearance and my face and obviously the name.
People liked your style. Like, कुछ दो dialogue बोलते थे तुम उसमें.
Ferocious performance, yeah, because my name is Feroz and so
that's why the Feroz.
So they used to say कि आपका एक identity होना चाहिए, because we have seen the earlier episodes and the seasons and all that. So अपनी एक आइडेंटिटी बनाई थी, तो सबने, मुदस्सर ने अपनी बनाई थी, श्रुति ने अपनी बनाई थी, मैंने अपनी बनाई थी. तो जब भी वो होता था तो मैं used to just flick my finger. It's a very British thing, because I have a lot of friends from London. So मैं वहाँ ज़्यादा जाता हूँ और वहाँ पे काम मैंने बहुत किया हुआ है. तो उनमें जैसा एक माहौल होता है ना, जब एक गैंग के साथ में बैठते हो तो आप उनका एक पकड़ लेते हो, तो वो एक मैंने पकड़ लिया तो बन ही गया वो. And everyone liked it, and I just कुछ performance अच्छा लगता था. I used to just say it's a ferocious performance with a flick of my finger. So people started liking this. Everywhere where I go now, also people,
they expect you to do that.
Yeah, so there are a lot of people. Even my niece, my nephews, ताऊ do it ना, आप कैसा करते हो? Because they're kids, you know. So that gave me a lot of, बहुत मुझे visibility मिली उससे in terms of my name, fame, and a lot of exposure towards in terms of people and the kind of, because television works very differently in terms of उनके जो timings and उनके patterns from a filmmaking, because it's a different thought process and it's beautiful also. It's more hard work in television because people are working around the clock. Because अगर आप actor को 20 घंटा 24 घंटे 20 घंटे shoot कर रहे हो, the technician is working 24 hours, more than 24 hours non-stop, and then there's a lot of thought process. Even the kids who are dancing, the contestants, young people, coming from small towns and villages and from different cities, उनका एक thought process different है. So a lot of goes into it, and I owe VID season 4 for giving me that visual appearance and visibility to come into this field and expose myself with my work and my experience.
But tell me one thing, Feroz. What happens to these dancers? यार क्या होता है इनके साथ? Because काफी लोग फिर we never get to see them. It's like tele serials, कुछ actors चले जाते हैं. So what is the kind of thing they should do to probably figure out and still continue doing it as a dancer or a choreographer?
That's a good question, Kamlaksh. कुछ साल पहले ऐसा होता था, डर था कि लोग ज़्यादा बड़ा नहीं बन पाते थे after the reality show, because इतना काम नहीं था. अभी तो बहुत सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स बन गए, बहुत सारे चेम्बर्स बन गए जहाँ पे आप काम कर सकते हो. एक डिफरेंट, there are a lot of new profile has come. Creative director, or I'll say creative producer. So लोग अपना एक बनाते रहते हैं, कि इसको ये नाम दे, ये नाम दे. तो lot of channels have opened. शुरू में जब सीजन्स थे तो वहाँ पे लोग जो जीत के जाते थे, उसमें से एक दो ही मुकम्मल हो पाते थे in terms of after the season is over. बाकी लोग निराश होकर चले जाते थे अपने, बट वो निराश भी होकर उस वक्त ले जाते थे because सबको मुंबई शहर पसंद है, सबको मुंबई शहर में रहना है, ग्लैम वर्ल्ड में रहना है. बट वो अपने शहरों में जाके उन्होंने डांस स्कूल खोल ली थी एंड लोगों को सिखाने लगे थे. आई थिंक बिकॉज ऑफ देम देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु गॉट ट्रेन्ड एंड केम फॉर द अदर सीजन. यू सी द प्रोसेस.
राइट.
जो बच्चे पहले दूसरे सीजन में, तीसरे सीजन में, 4 सीजन में जो करके गए थे, उन्होंने अपने शहरों में डांस इंस्टीट्यूट्स खोले हैं, लोगों को पर्सनली सिखाया है. वही बच्चे आज जाके बाकी सीजन्स में डांस प्लस हो गया, इंडियाज बेस्ट डांसर्स हो गया. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ रियलिटी शोज व्हिच इज हैपनिंग राइट नाउ. उस पे सब आने लग गए कि ये वही बच्चे जिन्होंने सिखाया है. सो उन्होंने इन्वेस्ट किया वो टाइम तब जाके. बट नाउ आजकल के जो बच्चे हैं, वी हैव लॉट ऑफ, नाउ दे हैव बिकम इन्फ्लुएंसर्स. अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु हैव नॉट won the competition or not won the season, they're the influencers. They're the influencers choreographers. They're the influencers teachers somewhere. Achha. Where they're teaching and they're doing very good. So now the market has changed.
So everybody gets some bread.
Everybody is earning some bread for their home. के यार हम ये कर लेंगे. वो कोई चैनल में लग गया है, तो किसी ने इंस्टीट्यूट खोल के एक पार्ट उसको अपना बना लिया हिस्सा जिंदगी का. उसके अलावा see one leads to the other. जब आप डांस स्कूल खोलते हो, बच्चे आते हैं या आपके यहाँ पे कोई रिहर्सल्स के लिए आता है, तो आपके कनेक्शंस बनते हैं. सो यू हैव टू बी इन द सिटी टू एक्सपीरियंस ऑल दिस. और चीजें एक दिन में नहीं होती है, अनलेस इट्स रिटन इन योर डेस्टिनी कि इट विल हैपन टुडे. ओनली हैपन व्हेन इट्स डेस्टाइन्ड टू हैपन. तभी हो, तो लोग रुकते हैं. सो इट्स लाइक लोग बोलते हैं इट्स अ गैम्बलिंग, कि यार आपको वो गैम्बलिंग खेलनी पड़ेगी कि आप रुको इस शहर में, एक्सपीरियंस करो, राइट लोगों से मिलो. So a lot of people comes to me कि यार, तो I help them in terms of I don't, जो मेरा experience है, जो मेरी खासियत है, जो मैं लोगों को जानता हूँ, अगर मुझसे कुछ help होती है, why not? I will guide them कि this is what I feel you should do, this is what I feel you should go, and आगे आपका luck है.
Knowing your personality, I know you always been a super helping guy. तो आज भी लोग तो काफी approach करते रहेंगे because I know about your social responsibility. Things. Tell me more about it. From cancer, earlier I know about the AIDS program. You have been helping people in many ways. ये आपका एक पहलू है आपकी जिंदगी का, ये तो बताना ही पड़ेगा आपको.
It's the same thing. Like you became the Zaria of my life. I became the Zaria to other people through my NGOs I'm working right now. वो भी मैं खुद से नहीं गया था. I saw something because my family, my mummy, she was going through cancer and अम्मी कैंसर से बच नहीं पाई कुछ महीनों में. तो there was this doctor sir used to come, Dr. Girish Trivedi sir. He used to do home care for my mummy, एंड उनसे रोज़ घर पे आते थे, जब सलाम दुआ होती थी, बातें होती थी, तो वो बताते थे मैं ये कर रहा हूँ, आप ये फील्ड में हो, ये अच्छा, तो कभी ऐसा होगा तो आप आइए। तो जब ये सब हो तब इस चीज़ का, इस डिजीज़ का बहुत ज़्यादा जानकारी हुई 20 साल पहले कि यार ये बीमारी इतनी बुरी है। तब हमें नहीं पता होता, बिकॉज हम बिजी थे काम में, ये हमने कभी इतना सोशल मीडिया भी वो अवेयरनेस नहीं थी, तो जितना सुना इतना सुना, बट जब खुद के साथ में हुआ, खुद के घर में हुआ, तो पता चला। एंड दिस जेंटलमैन हु केम and even during other NGOs I was in touch, where I was getting a lot of help in terms of, you know, getting good doctors on board, thanks to Farama and Shahrukh Bhai, who really helped me, and Geeta Kapoor Mawar and Hammi, who helped really, Rakshanda Khan. All these people really helped me to, you know, get good doctors on board and good hospitalization and good care for her. But it was destined that, you know, she couldn't live long after that. But Alhamdulillah, you know, after that I, you know, got into this and I joined the NGO. I said, sir, I want to come and meet you and I want to see what you do. And then when I went there and I saw that this one man is helping so many people, and then we realized, okay, yeah, we are just like, you know, just making monies and like, you know, trying to stay happy and making other people happy amongst your vicinity. But we are not making people who are happy, who are very sad, and who are, you know, not very well to do in life, and you know, they have diseases and they're not too well. So tab jaake pata chala, to I said, yeah, I think I should, you know. So I said, can I do something for your association where please let me know if I can be part of anything. And at the same year he asked me, because Ami passed away in November, and in December there's on the World Cancer Day, AIDS Day. World AIDS Day, 1st December. He asked me 10 days before in November, after Ami passed away, that will you be, you know, part of this NGO and do something. I said, what do you want me to do? So there was an entertainment section where I, you know, called for, and then I arranged everything. That's how I started. Then one leads to the other, and then I was also associated with Cancer Association. I was in touch with them, so I thanked them for helping me out during my Ami, and they were in touch with me. Then मुझे लोगों के बारे में पता चलने लगे कि कोई बीमार पड़ रहा है, कोई मुझे फ़ोन करता है, आपने हमें क्या इलाज करवाया, कहाँ से करवाया. तो ऐसा करते करते लोग जुड़ते चले गए. एंड देन आई जस्ट केप्ट हेल्पिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ गेटिंग देम, यू नो, प्रॉपर डॉक्टर्स एंड गुड कंसल्टेशन थ्रू डॉक्टर्स. एंड जहाँ पे वेट टाइम बहुत ज़्यादा होता था, बिकॉज आई न्यू द पीपल डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द एसोसिएशन NGOs, आई कुड मेक them meet straight away, you know, face to face, you know, in person. You didn't have to go to channels and all that. So that one leads to the other. It just happened, and I started working for that. I'm still working, and I go for any events. They call me. During COVID, we did so much of work, and you know, monetarily, मैं जो भी बन पड़ता है करते हैं. अगर monetary नहीं भी होता है, but हम, you know, want to be there as a presence, you know, and just be there with the kids. And you also been part of, you know, few of my projects in the past, where you help me every Diwali and every you know, festival. We're sending your team over there and, like, you know, and making those kids happy. So that's how, you know, it all started.
These are small things we can just add to,
and we should all do, because we also want to give back to the society.
Absolutely.
Because there are people you know, who are suffering from a lot of things in life, and after pandemic people have gone really low in life, and they're still recovering. People are not recovered also. But we are very fortunate that, you know, Allah has been kind to all of us, and you know, we're in such a good place.
Blessings is what we need always. So what is one aspect of your profession you like the most? ऐसी कोई बात है जो बहुत बहुत प्यारी लगती है?
Yeah, just to being creative, because whatever you visualize it, you can put it on the canvas, you know, as in your TV screen or a theater screen, you know. So the best part of my job is like as a creative, you think, because अगर नॉर्मल इंसान जो इस फील्ड में नहीं है, एक आम आदमी है जो लेबर है, उसके भी सपने, उसकी भी सोच है, उसकी भी आइडियाज एंड थॉट्स है, जो कभी बेचारा पूरा नहीं कर पाता है या कर पाती है, यू नो, उससे सोचता रह जाता है. बट दिस इज वेयर, you know, I feel fortunate, because being a choreographer and a director now, where I feel that I'm visualizing something and I can, you know, put this across on a paper, and then through the paper on a canvas, and show the world that this is what I'm visualizing and thinking a message across. You know, the social awareness हो गया, या कोई गाना हो गया. जैसे लोग आज भी, जब मैं कोई अपनी cousins की शादी में या friends की शादी में किसी और शादी में जाते हैं तो the songs you have done in the past and people play, they're still doing it. And you say, यार ये मैंने visualize किया था, आज ये लोग कर रहे हैं, उनको ये नहीं पता कि वो बंदा यहीं पे
The
है.
moment आपने
The
visualize
moment, yeah. So the moment I visualize it and put it, and it's there in front of the audience, and they enjoying it.
and that's
make
going
them
to
happy.
remain forever वाला बात होगी.
Yeah, this will remain forever, inshallah.
How has dance influenced your personal life?
Dance influenced my personal life. I'm always been a happy man and a very positive man. Okay.
That I know.
Yeah. Maybe dancing has made me more charged up in life, where I'm always like, I can
Energy.
full energetic all the time.
Hmm.
I hardly sleep, which is not good. I'm always thinking, my mind is always constantly thinking. Even when I'm traveling, if I've not slept the entire night, if I know that I have to land and I have to do something, and I will still be up on the flight and doing something, listening to the music or working on something. I remember, it's a very interesting thing. I remember I was doing 2 films back to back, couple of years back before pandemic. One was Drive, Sushant Singh, God bless his soul. Sushant Singh Makhna with Jacqueline Financial. That is my song which I have choreographed from Drive, one of the songs. So I was shooting in Israel, that song, and other song I was doing for a film called Veere Di Wedding. Okay. With Sonam Kapoor, Kareena Ram, and Swara Bhaskar and all that. So गाना मुझे दोनों गाने simultaneously चल रहे थे, तो I have to finish one shoot in Israel and go back to another shoot in Delhi. So दो गाने चल रहे थे. I remember we were shooting for Makhna in Israel. I was shooting, and then I had to. My team was with me, my assistants, and we have to go and land directly to Delhi. And I told my producer to book my tickets back to Delhi, not to Mumbai. And उस time पे I was so tired because we were shooting throughout the Israel, and then Jacqueline, Sushant, everyone was going on a holiday for a few days. They asked me also, Tarun, okay, you also want to join us? I said, no, I have to shoot back in India, so I will go back. I remember I was flying back from Israel to Delhi via Turkey, and throughout the flight, I was up because I was, doing my short breakdown. I had to land and I had to shoot the song.
Oh.
So that was one part that I feel really, constantly working something or the other. So that is one greatest thing about my dancing.
It has added more value to your life also.
Yes.
See, dance as an art form has changed quite a lot. I think as you see new dancers in your show also, there are so many नए स्टाइल है, नए कुछ मेथड्स है जो पहले नहीं था, जो क्लासिकल बॉलीवुड स्टाइल हुआ करता था, वो जो स्टाइल था वो चेंज हो गया. अच्छा है कि बुरा है?
नहीं, change is always good.
Okay.
I believe in that. Change is always good. Things should change because people are changing, the generation is changing. So I think with generation, everything should change in a good way, in a positive way. And people should take it positively. During our days, there was very limited styles and limited, kind of dancing. Now today, you've seen everything's become very different. It's a visual treat because you feel happy, you feel good. Okay, यार ऐसा भी हो सकता है. We never thought.
Possibilities बहुत बढ़ गई है.
जब हम करते थे तो हमको लगता था यही बेस्ट है और यही अच्छा है. पर आप जब अभी देखते हैं तो ऐसा लगता है कि यार ये भी हो सकता था क्या? हम कर पाते थे जब होता था. I do a lot of thought process कि यार ये जब हो रहा है अभी शायद, because I used to be in acrobats also. I used to do somersaults. Remember, we used to do flips and somersaults. We used to do everything. But आज वो contortion हो गया, liquid movements is like so beautiful. And it has changed for good, and it's a visual treat, and people are loving it. People know something different, and just imagine this dancing has taken our nation, India, to a next level. We are competing with the international artists now.
Yes, we have won quite a few.
So much of competition.
We have won so many.
Thank you to all this Kings 11 and Suresh and everyone for doing such an amazing job and taking us to that platform, because those people coming from small areas and doing so beautifully well on that stage, it's such a proud moment. Even when I went to London for 3 months, we were doing a musical as an assistant choreographer. It was such an amazing feeling for me because I was working with all the international people who were doing the plays over there, and I was part of the, Broadway shows kind of things over there in London. Geeta Kapoor Ma, main, Farah Ma was a choreographer. There was an international choreographer who was associated with that. So you feel so nice that, okay, fine, the Indian Bollywood dancing has gone to another level. And we've incorporated a lot of styles. Yes, in the beginning when it started, we followed a lot of Western style.
Today
obviously, आप जब कोई देखोगे तो कुछ करोगे ना. अब हम अपना ही करते रहेंगे तो कहाँ है, हम तो अपना कर ही रहे हैं, बट आपको देख के उसमें क्रिएटिवली क्या करते हो वो देखते हो ना. टुडे पीपल अप्रिशिएटिंग, जैसे इमेजिन टुडे जस्टिन बीबर इज कमिंग इन परफॉर्मिंग इन वन ऑफ अ बिलियनर्स वेडिंग. It's such a great thing that okay fine, now we can call you boss to come and dance or perform for a wedding.
So dancing has gone better and better for Bollywood also.
Yeah, it has gone better. Yeah, people, because we are old school, we have seen a very simplicity of dancing. But हमारे टाइम में जितना हम करते थे वो भी टफ होता था, ऐसा नहीं था इजी था.
Right.
You know, incorporate करते थे स्टाइल्स को हम, you know, head spin तभी भी करते थे.
Yes.
Windmill तभी भी मारते थे, flare तभी भी मारते थे हम. बट अभी जो acrobatics हो गया है, अभी तो dancing should come in Olympics very soon.
Is it?
Yeah,
possibility?
Like lot of people have heard it should be part of you know, Olympic and all that.
And India will definitely take the center stage because they have done so well.
They're doing so well.
So, जब see a non-dancing family, जैसे I also came from, dancing was considered as a taboo. ये क्या कर रहा है यार, इसमें क्या कमाएगा करके. How was it when you actually took on the role as a dancer? घर पे अम्मी तो she would have said कि क्या कर रहे हैं. I think अम्मी was more happy for you to do anything with it. बड़ा बेटा कुछ भी चलता था, ऐसा था क्या?
हाँ, मतलब ऐसा कुछ सेम नहीं था, बट यार ये था कि बहुत सपोर्ट मिला था अम्मी से. बट उनको भी सपोर्ट तब मिला था जब मैंने उनको बताया था. काफी साल तक तो मैंने अम्मी को भी नहीं बताया था कि मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, या बिकॉज उनको लगता था मैं पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ, ट्यूशन जा रहा हूँ, या यू नो स्कूल जा रहा हूँ. बट ये था कि मैं छुप छुप के गणपति विसर्जन होता था या जो भी हमारे लोकेलिटी में होता था, मैं वो सब करता था. तो मुझे लोग जाके बोलते थे आपका बेटा डांस कर रहा था. माइन का मेला जब होता था उसमें भी बहुत मैं नाचता था. तो मैंने बोला नहीं, मैंने अपने बेटे को भी डांस करके देखा नहीं, बिकॉज आई वाज बोर्न इन माहिम स्लम्स. माहिम झोपड़पट्टी में हम पैदा हुए थे. तो उधर सारी कम्युनिटी मिक्स होती थी, हमसे मुस्लिम्स नहीं होते थे, सारी कम्युनिटी मिक्स होती थी. देयर यूज्ड टू बी यूनक्स एंड किन्नर्स एंड एवरीवन यूज्ड टू स्टे टुगेदर. एंड उनको देख देख के डांस, फिर मिथुन सर को ऑन टीवी देख देख के डांस फ्रॉम ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट डेज. सो वो जाके हम रोड पे बड़ा संदल में निकालते थे या यू नो प्रोसेशन में निकालते थे. तो लोग आके अम्मी को बोलते थे, तो अम्मी कहती थी मैं तो बिलीव ही नहीं करती. एक दिन कोई अम्मी को ले गया साथ में, दिखाया, बेटा तू डांस भी कर. तो कोई बात नहीं करो, बट
she allowed you to do
नमाज रोजे करो, बट या पढ़ाई पे ध्यान दो. बट वही था कि बाद में पढ़ाई नहीं हो पा रही थी, तो मैंने इसमें चला गया. बट अम्मी को काफी टाइम तक ये भी नहीं पता था मैं बाहर प्रोफेशनली भी कर रहा हूँ, जैसे कि विथ यू ओनली,
राइट,
कि हम प्रोफेशनली जाके लोगों के घर में बच्चों को एंटरटेन कर रहे हैं. तो वो भी मैंने कुछ साल छुपा के रखी बात. फिर जब फिल्मों में आया तो बतानी पड़ती थी, बिकॉज मैं रात को डीजे करता था.
And I think Ammi came in DID show also, no?
No, that is my Khala Jan.
The Khala had come.
That was my Ammi's elder brother who also passed away a few years back. तो उन्होंने अम्मी के बाद में हमारा ख्याल रखा, पहले से भी साथ में थी. And she and my walid came on the show. They introduced my family on the show. So अम्मी ने फिर जब उनको पता चल गया कि मैं इस फील्ड में हूँ, तो उन्होंने सिर्फ एक बात बोली कि, और वालिद तब सऊदी में काम करते थे, तो 1 साल हो गया, ही इज विद अस स्टेइंग एंड कम फॉर गुड बैक आफ्टर 48 years. सो यही कहते थे कि अम्मी कहती थी कि ठीक है, अगर आपको इसमें कुछ करना है और आप में पढ़ाई में नहीं इतना हो रहा है, तो मुझे आपके वालिद से पहले बात करनी पड़ेगी. और सीधा देखो आप प्लीज़ हेल्प मी आउट, आए मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा मैं क्या करूँ. देन जी सपोर्ट में ये था कि अगर आप इसमें आना चाहते हो एंड यू बीन डूइंग इट फॉर सो लॉन्ग, मुझे अब तक बताया नहीं, आई होप यू नॉट इनटू एनी बैड हैबिट्स लाइक ड्रिंकिंग और डूइंग ड्रग्स और व्हाटएवर. ऐसे नहीं अम्मी, आई हैव नॉट टच्ड अल्कोहल इन माय लाइफ एंड यू नो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू डू दैट. तो अम्मी ने वही कहा था कि ठीक है, बस ये बात का ध्यान रखना, फैमिली की इज्जत बनी रहे और किसी को तकलीफ नहीं पहुंचे, किसी को जिंदगी में, बाहर फ्रेंड्स में या फैमिली में, हर आम लोगों में. एंड just be humble and you know, focus and know anything which is haram for us in terms of, you know, hurting anyone and getting the money in the house or doing wrong. हाँ, नमाज रोजा नहीं छोड़ना. तो आज भी मैं 30 रोजे पूरे रखूंगा, नमाज कंप्लीट करूंगा इन रमजान के वक्त. अभी बीच बीच में छूट जाती है, पढ़ लेते हैं जुमा है, a lot of things. I'm not saying that I'm a 5 times namazin right now, but during Ramzan I become that man. That's good, you know, which is good for that time, but after also I should continue. But yeah, abhi bhi I keep praying in between, jab you know होता है कि नहीं करना है. तो मिला नहीं, हमें वो कभी छोड़ी नहीं ना, कभी you know शराब को हाथ लगाई या मैंने कभी ऐसा कुछ किया कि उनको.
You've basically been a good boy and that's why good things happened.
Yeah, so वो एक था कि नहीं, अगर उन्होंने मुझे इतनी इजाजत दी है करने की, तो I also should follow and you know respect that. And I did that, and then even without वालिद का तो ऐसा था कि हम मिल नहीं पाते थे उनको बहुत ज़्यादा बिकॉज वो सऊदी में काम करते थे, हर 3 साल में उनको आना होता था. बट ये डर था कि जिस दिन आएंगे तो उनको बताएंगे. बट ही नेवर, आई डोंट इवन रिमेंबर इफ ही हैज सेड समथिंग अबाउट दिस. He just accepted it without saying anything.
Which you were worried about, na?
Which I was always worried about. And when he...
मुझे याद था because you used to worry कि dad.
Remember?
Yes.
कि वालिद को पता चलेगा तो क्या होगा. But वो transition मुझे याद भी नहीं कि उन्होंने कभी मुझे पूछा. 100% उन्होंने नहीं पूछा. But वो हो गया. Without asking कि हाँ you can do this and you're doing it well. And जब वो DID show पे आए, he was so happy when he came back. He told all his friends, and when he went to Saudi, people recognize him on the streets and YouTube pe to it became a very big episode. You know, people were appreciating. I remember Mithunda told me, you know, after a couple of weeks that, you know, your father and your Khalajan episode on this thing, and people are calling me and asking me. It has gone viral, which is good.
So you have been the guiding force in your family later. All the brothers are also a part of your dancing and other thing. You set their career, and so Bolly Brothers जो बनाया उसके पीछे क्या सोच था?
यार I haven't set anyone's career because उन्होंने अपना खुद ने
हाँ तो टैलेंट था लेकिन बड़े भाई से शुरू हुई थी.
हाँ, they just followed the big brother basically. So मुझे डर वही था और मुझे अम्मी से भी डर लगा रहता था कि you know.
So Bolly Brothers आप लोग काफी इंटरनेशनल चीजें भी करते हो ना?
हाँ तो basically Bolly Brother में था कि यार कुछ नाम रखते हैं, you know, after कुछ साल पहले मैंने सोचा एक नाम रखते हैं, and then I was just brainstorming it and भाइयों के साथ में, I said because I'm the eldest in the family, we have one sister and she's on the 4th number, so I said let's keep Bolly Brothers. And तो बस वो रखा गया. So when I do choreography, it goes as Feroz Khan Bolly Brothers. When I'm directing, it goes with my other company, which is say SFJ, you know, which is my wife and son, Feroz Sheetal Jeet, you know, SFJ. तो शीतल फिरोज जी का SFJ का प्रोडक्शन है, वो अलग सेपरेट. व्हेन आई एम डायरेक्टिंग, व्हेन आई एम कोरियोग्राफिंग इज फिरोज FK Bolly Brothers. And yeah, it just happened. And when we going, so when I travel abroad, for example, if I'm going to America for a meeting or something like that, or I've been called to judge something, you know, internationally, so I go there, do workshop under this company name, and people, you know, come, and because they've seen me on DID and they would love to do my songs which I've done during those years. Yeah, so this is how it happened.
You have choreographed like known actors, बड़े actors सबको choreograph किए. Who's the easiest to choreograph? Who is like a real tough guy to choreograph from actors and actresses?
Yeah, to be honest, मुझे कभी because जो schooling फारमा के साथ में रही है ना, so I have seen all the actors under her working. So जब मुझे मौका मिला उनको choreograph करने के लिए, when I became independent as a choreographer, मुझे बड़ा आसान सा लगा. So all the work was done by Farama. That she trained them very well, like all the actors, खास करके सलमान भाई, and even Shahrukh sir. But definitely the best.
शाहरुख सर के साथ कौन सा गाना किया था?
शाहरुख सर के साथ में I remember I did Ravan film.
हाँ.
उसके 2-3 गाने थे. Apart from Chammak Chalo and Criminal was done by some other choreographer, Ganesh Hegde. Amazingly done. उसके बाकी जितने भी गाने थे, दिलदारा, भरे नैना was the little emotional song. I was part of that also. Raftare, all the songs there I done. Then I even did KKR music video, second season, where he's wearing the sling in his hand, bare body, Kaur bole jeet bole. So that
entire action was set by you, choreographed by you?
Yeah, the entire video was designed. Yeah.
Okay,
by me and Red Chillies.
But to who, according to Shahrukh sir, who are the actors who are like फटाफट pick up कर लेते?
I think Shahrukh bhai, because he's a good learner. Like people say he's not a good dancer, but the way he picks up everything, he makes it look so cool, and he's really hardworking. I'm not saying because I'm very close to him. I'm very humbly saying because he really puts in that effort. He really puts in a lot of effort. And most of the actors, even Hrithik.
Hrithik is known as a dancer.
Known because technically he's very good. You know, again, when the dancing का जब ट्रेंड शुरू हुआ एक्टर्स के साथ में, तो हमने डिवाइड करना शुरू कर दिया कि हाँ ये टेक्निकली वेरी गुड है, बिकॉज he was anyways trained and he danced technically, and उनको था कि वो हाथ इस 45 डिग्री पे कैसा, क्या 90 डिग्री पे कैसा, you know, position and all that. So बाकी actors don't get into that much of details because उनको डांस करना होता. Like Shahrukh bhai, Salman bhai has a different style. When I was assisting Farama, I remember my first song as an assistant choreographer was Salman bhai's song. ऐसा पहली बार हुआ है.
अच्छा, ऐसा
17-18 सालों में. I remember that was the first song. And we did a lot of songs, Garam Chai Ki Pyali and all that. I was part of, as an assistant choreographer. And we did a lot of work, and he also really liked my style. And, once or twice I went to train him also personally during his days. We became very close, and Har Dil Jo Pyar Karega. There are a lot of films which we worked on it, and it turned out to be beautiful. And his sense of dancing is completely different, because that's come from within, in terms of whatever I'm going to do is going to become a trend.
So whatever you taught, you tweak it a bit.
Yeah. So now what I've learned from my teacher was that, understand the actor, understand the character of the film, and the actor especially. Uska body language kaisa hai, kaisi hai, uski body language. Accordingly, that you set कि उनका approach कहाँ तक जा पाएगा, या वो कितनी उनमें क्षमता इतना कर पाने की. तो आज कई फिल्मों में हमने देखा है कि हम उनके ऊपर स्टेप्स थोप देते हैं, उस पर अच्छा नहीं लगता. That we've learned with time doing it, and because I said, because of Farama के साथ में इतना काम कर चुका था as a choreographer, as a dancer, so we've seen that okay, this is how it's been done. Why she's making it so simple for him? When he's an actor, we can make him do anything. But the thing is, you have to understand that, sometimes simplicity also works. Like, there's an amazing choreographer, legend, Ganesh Acharya sir, such simple moves, he make it so amazing, So every choreographer in our industry has a different, unique style and approach to it, everyone. So I have a different thought process when I'm doing it. I also want to keep it very simple. I don't want to get into, unless it's a demand. In my songs, there are people doing stunts, flipping and everything. But now, dekh liya logon ne bahut kuch hai. So I try and do it lesser. In my songs. I don't make it too
much of acrobatic contortions.
Yeah, unless it's been told to by director or producer, nahi itna karna padega.
So is there ऐसा कोई गाना which you have done? So you are an artist. तो आर्टिस्ट का होता है कि कभी कभी आर्ट करने का बोलते नहीं यार ये थोड़ा और अच्छा होना चाहिए. ऐसा कोई गाना किया था जिसपे you felt that अरे ये मैं ऐसा थोड़ा और बेटर कर सकता था उसे after the final thing came into picture?
नहीं, होता है, कई बार होता है. बिकॉज क्या होता है ना कि आपका एक लिमिटेशन होता है शूट के ऊपर. पहले हमें दिन दिए जाते थे. पहले जब when I used to work as an assistant choreographer, हमें बड़े बड़े जो प्रोड्यूसर्स बैनर्स हैं, we used to shoot for 4-5 days, 3-4 days. उसके बाद में ट्रेंड शुरू हो गया था, बिकॉज नंबर ऑफ डेज बिकेम लेसर टू मेक अ फिल्म. तो उसमें गाने भी जल्दी शूट होने पाते थे. तो अभी फिर हमें 2 दिन मिलते थे. कभी कितने मेरे गाने जो मैंने एक दिन में भी किए.
अच्छा.
और फिल्मों के गाने.
बट एवरेज कितना दिन लगता है गाना बनाने?
सी इट ऑल डिपेंड्स. पहले मैं बोला ना, पहले क्योंकि ज्यादा इतने प्रोड्यूसर्स नहीं थे, नामचीन और बैनर्स थे बड़े बड़े, 5-6. कभी खुशी हुई गाम एंड ऑल द सॉन्ग्स शॉर्ट फॉर 8-10 days, 7
one
days.
song.
बिकॉज उसका ग्रैंडर इतना बड़ा होता था. आज के गानों में ग्रैंडर होते हैं, मगर फिर नंबर ऑफ डेज कम हो गए, तो उसके लिए वैसे प्रेप करना पड़ता है. There's a prep which goes. So just imagine, because the technology has become, everything is on like board and lights and everything. It's on the phone app and all that. You can control the lights and everything. पहले तो ज़्यादा करके manually तराफे पे चढ़ना पड़ता था करने के लिए. I remember I was assisting Prabhudeva sir for Pukar, Kesara Sara song.
अच्छा, you were part of the song?
I was part of the song. I was one of the assistants, and I was dancing also in the song. And I remember Prabhu, it was all a black and red set. The Prabhu sir wanted some particular light to come on the face of Madhuri ma'am at a particular time. And it was shot in Hyderabad, Annapurna studio mein shoot ho raha tha. And he told me, Feroz, do one thing, because he knew me. Because I had worked with his brother a lot, and he knew me and all that. And we had few dancers who came from Bombay, and his troupe had come from Chennai. So we all were together, and I was part of the dancing, and I was one of the assistants. He said, Feroz, do one thing. I want you to go on the top, to the tarafa. There used to be no safety harness or anything. So just rope and the planks. Abhi to proper catwalks ban gaye, where you people are standing properly and the lights been fixed. So उन्होंने कहा था ऊपर जाके ना इस पे ये लाइट मुझे ऐसा मैनुअली करना है. कैसे ये वर्ड पे ये लाइट आएगी, ये वर्ड पे आपने लाइट ऐसे करोगे. So we have gone through that process. और अभी क्या हो गया है कि everything is on computer, everything is on laptop, iPads and on app. So everything is easier to communicate and control. So तो दिन भी फिर कम होने शुरू हो गए डांसिंग के लिए. तो we have to do everything quick and faster. So most of my song, even like Johnny Gaddar का जो गाना था, Move Your Body Baby, with hardcore and Shankar Ehsaan sir, Lloyd, जो म्यूजिक, और वो भी थे वीडियो में, वो गाना मैंने एक ही दिन में शूट किया था. गल मिठे मिठे बोल वो एक दिन में शूट किया. दोस्ताना मादा लाडला मैंने 3 दिन शूट किया था बिकॉज एवरी डे देयर वाज वन एक्टर. वो कभी तीनों साथ में थे ही नहीं गाने में. प्रियंका
अच्छा.
चोपड़ा, अभिषेक बच्चन, जॉन इब्राहिम. बिकॉज हमने 3 दिन शूट किया था बिकॉज एक एक दिन एक एक एक्टर्स आए थे.
अच्छा.
And it was shot in such a way that it looked they were together. They were never together.
अच्छा.
So और काफी सारे गाने जो मैंने एक एक दिन में किए, but again अभी तो हो गया, अभी म्यूजिक वीडियोस में करने लगा एक एक दिन में.
अच्छा, एक दिन में
मिनट के गाने. Again, if you have a good team and if it's a good team, when I say your cinematographer, your art director, your production designer, your costume, everything is on one page and the prep is very good, then it's easier to do it. You know, it's easier to do it.
So you mean people have got more disciplined from before now?
Discipline? No, I'm saying because of
With technology, it has become more
because of the
disciplined.
technology, people has become smart. पहले इतनी टेक्नोलॉजी थी नहीं, चीज नहीं थे, तो लोग को करना पड़ता था. That was a process. कि जैसे जैसे लोग बढ़ते चले गए, जैसे जैसे थिंकिंग बढ़ती चली गई, time has changed, the technology came into the picture, so everything. That's why I say change is always good because आज से 10 साल बाद चीजें अलग होंगी, maybe more faster.
भाई अगर कोरियोग्राफर नहीं तो क्या बनते थे?
My first thing was that as a DJ only, like, you know, I always wanted to be a DJ, which I did for a couple of.
You did for quite a few years.
Yeah.
But the DJ was the second option.
Yeah, अगर वो नहीं होता तो DJ, because DJ was the one thing because I used to love music, था. Dance and music goes hand in hand. So music का बड़ा होता कि मैं रात जैसे मैं दिन में शूट करता था और मैं रात को आके डीजेइंग करता था क्लब्स में, और मैं घर पे, और वही टाइम पे जब मैं ट्रैवल करता था, वाज द ओनली टाइम वी यूज्ड टू स्लीप ऑन द बस. तब गाड़ियां कहाँ होती, बाइक नहीं होती थी.
हाँ.
वी यूज्ड टू ट्रैवल बाय बस एंड ट्रेन्स.
तो डीजे बनते थे, बट आई थिंक Feroz, the choreographer, sounds a much better tune and set and is got people rocking, moving, dancing. कौन सा ऐसे एक्टर है जिसके लिए आप चाहते हो कि कोरियोग्राफ करना है, इनके साथ मजा आता है काम करने?
I work with most of them. Even like you saying, किसके साथ में मुझे करने को इच्छा है.
अच्छा, मतलब नहीं किया नहीं, it's one part of the question. या तो जिसके साथ किया वो बहुत अच्छा लगता है, मजा आता है काम करने उनके साथ.
Recently, first time I shot with Sunny Deol sir.
अच्छा.
वो अभी हाल ही में मैं जनवरी में
उनका डांसिंग का रेपुटेशन अलग है.
Dancing, that's what I'm saying. So it's not about dancing all the time. This song is a romantic song.
अच्छा.
For his generation, जो मतलब वो we've not shown him young. So there's an old love which is like, you know, budding and like, you know, they've spent.
कुछ moments है उसमें.
So उसमें dancing नहीं है उसमें. Again, there's a lot of beautiful romantic moments. We shot in Manali in the snow and all that. So it's a film which is not released yet. So I was called to do something. I was very excited because मैंने Sunny sir के साथ में कभी काम नहीं किया, and he had come for the
How was the experience?
It was very very nice because again old school ना. So अगर आज मैं उनको कोई टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में बता दें, फिर मुझे ना एड जैसा नहीं शूट करना, मुझे मतलब नहीं सर वैसे ही होगा, but मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. So I was very prepared when I went there. So when the director and a very dear friend of mine, a great cinematographer called Vishal Sinha sir. Amazing personality. So he called me to do a song. Shashank was, was directing, a Marathi director who was directing this film, and he said, "Get Feroz, and he will design the song very nicely." So they sent me the song. I made a nice presentation, and I took it along with me to Manali, and they were already there shooting for scenes. I reached there 2 days before, and we sat and we put everything together. Then I presented. I remember the day we were shooting with Sunny sir. One day before, they were shooting some scene. So I went to meet him and I had to present him the song. And then he saw it, अच्छा, but don't make it too. तो जब मैंने कुछ frames उनको बताए थे तो मुझे ऐसा लगा कि बड़ा ad जैसा shoot लग रहा है ये. But when I actually went on the floor and started shooting, I was very happy. I was very happy what I was shooting. And every moment, then I was with him and I was telling him, sir, do this, do that. So I was very happy because I've never worked with him. I've always thought, this I've worked with Amitabh sir. Amitabh Bachchan sir. I worked with Rishi Kapoor, God bless his soul. I worked with them with this film called 102 Not Out.
Okay.
So there was this father-son bonding. So I got to, design something which was a little bit dance also, but a lot of moments between father and son.
Okay.
So I worked with them, I choreographed them, and I was always, because Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham mein, Amit sir was there, okay, and I was there as an assistant and as a dancer. Because मैं जब assistant भी होता था ना, मैं कपड़े पहन के डांस भी करता था. Because मैं dancing का इतना शौक था. एंड फार्मा यूज्ड टू से कि तू असिस्टेंट बन गया तो अभी क्यों कपड़े पहन के नाच रहा है, ऐसे प्लीज मुझे नाचने दो बिकॉज मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगता है नाचना, लेट मी डांस. तो आई यूज्ड टू टेल द एक्टर्स, वो गाना है दुनिया में कितनी, when शाहरुख सर comes and Amit ji standing in front of that Mercedes and all that, so सारा उनको पोजिशनिंग देना कि सर आप यहाँ पे आगे खड़े होंगे, शाहरुख सर will come like this, तो सारा एक्सप्लेन करके उनको मैं फिर जाके पीछे खड़े हो जाता डांसर्स के साथ में, मेरी टीम के साथ में, आई यूज्ड टू डांस. सो वो भी एक था कि मैं उनके साथ काम, वो भी हो गया मेरा पूरा, लाइक यू नो आई वर्क विद द बेस्ट. And but I'm happy that whoever comes, like new generation, I've not worked. Tiger, I've not worked. और कौन है नए में? Vicky Kaushal, I've not worked.
Varun Dhawan,
I've worked. I've done a lot of. I did this film, बद्रीनाथ की.
बद्री की दुल्हन.
कौन सा वाला वो वाला song, romantic song, हमसफर.
अच्छा.
That I shot with Alia, and Alia के साथ I've done a lot of work.
अच्छा.
Very great.
Who's easy to work with?
I think most of them are easy. No one I felt in my career. I'm not being just diplomat and saying ye, but I'm really saying that because I have worked with everyone in the past with Farama. So when I was actually doing the choreography as an independent choreographer, I never felt that I went through a hardship with them because everyone's so easy. Like the easiest to work with, obviously, all these top names like Alia. I've done Dear Zindagi. The entire film I've done Dear Zindagi. You know. And Varun Dhawan I've worked. So most of them, like I've worked with Sadhguru. Everyone is amazing and they're like so professional and very easy to work. No one has given me any grief. Even when I worked with 3 actresses with Kareena ma'am and Sonam and Swara Bhaskar for We Did the Wedding, they all were 3 together. I think jitne bade naam hai na, they're the most easy people to work. And the most humble. And the most humble and the easiest person, I will still put Shahrukh sir on the first list. Because no matter how big the name is, how big the graph is, but when you work with him, you'll never feel that you're working with such a big artist. He will make you feel that, you know, you worked with him before also. That's the beauty of all that, man. And it is with a lot of people. Even with Akshay sir also, I've worked so much with him.
Achha.
Yeah.
Which are the songs you did with?
With Akshay sir, I've done a lot of songs which I was as an assistant choreographer.
Okay.
Not as a choreographer. My bonding with him is completely different because, you know,
so how different is
Houseful 1, 2, 3, we've done everything.
Achha, all the parts you've done.
Yeah.
How different is television commercials compared to films? And because you are in this space also doing commercials, काफी popular ads भी किया आपने.
Yeah, with Priyanka Chopra,
yes.
everyone. Yeah.
So how is it different compared to film?
See, with ads, like in a song, you're shooting like a 3-minute song to a 5-minute song, and you have that space to, you know, fit in everything and show the best in that 5 minutes visual treat. Ad में आपको 30 seconds दिए जाते हैं, 1 minute या 1.5 minute के अंदर आपको पूरी कहानी and product is your hero. So your main actor is not a hero. In the film, your actor is a hero, right? Your actress is a hero, right? But in the commercial, in the television, TV ads, your product is a hero. You're just taking the actor to push that product to the audience.
So you have to always keep that in mind.
You have to always keep that in mind that your product needs to be seen because there's millions of rupees which is going and making that ad because you have contracted such a big artist for that. And how are you going to gel the artist? And you have to show in a very few seconds moment. Like I told you, then we make an ad for a minute, then it cut down to 30 seconds, 45 seconds. You know, there are now abhi ad kuch bade banne lag gaye because generation change ho rahi hai, so they want to do something different and all that, you know. But we have short ads, 10 second ads, 20 seconds. I've shot ads with everyone, with Katrina, with Priyanka Chopra, Alia for Garnier, Videocon, Samsung, Oppo, but you name it and I've done it. In terms of that kind of, because it's all big brands.
How is the money good?
Money is good. Money is good.
When the money is good in the television commercial.
Television also, like ad mein, because you're shooting just for a day or two.
So you see number of hours? Why the
No, number of hours remains the same because you're shooting for a 12-hour shift. अभी जाके कुछ सालों पहले टाइमिंग चेंज होने तो पहले की शिफ्ट्स इंडस्ट्री में एक शिफ्ट ऑब्वियसली रहती है, यू नो 8 घंटे की शिफ्ट हो गई, अभी तो 12 घंटे हमने कर दिए. पर आज भी जो हमारे लेबर, जो हमारे जो वर्कर्स है ना, वो बेचारे 1.5 शिफ्ट उनका बन जाता है, तो उनकी शिफ्ट 8 घंटे की होती है. फिर हमने अभी ट्रेंड निकाला है कि हम 12 घंटे ही काम करेंगे that'll be our ship.
If you feel there needs to be some change in the present moment after COVID, जो हुआ है, क्या change चाहोगे?
Definitely, the change I need in the industry is people to be, honest, because there are a lot of people who have come unexperienced, which I need them. I'm only talking with my own experience because I keep meeting a lot of people. And I never say no to anyone. I always say, yeah, let's meet up and talk. किसी का भी फोन आता है, मुझे पता है कि वो बंदा साउंड नहीं कर रहा है बराबर से, बट उसको इच्छा है कुछ करने की. I will always say, let's meet up and talk. When I sit with him and I understand that man is coming from a different perspective, which is not right. And I'll explain him also. I'll make it clear that this is not the right direction you should be going in. This is what. But they just come to take knowledge from you and experience, but they will give you a different perspective altogether. But as a man, because I've given so much of time to the industry, and the industry has given me so much, all whatever I have today because of the industry, my house is running under this. So I will always respect that, and I always guide the people in the correct way. But I want the people to be also, be honest and be humble. So that's the only change I want. Right people should come in the industry who are well experienced, and if it's a fresher, then you have to say that you're a fresher. Or you have to say that you have to learn. But don't come and say, I know everything, when you don't know anything.
But that's the danger. Like
today when I'm going, and today also maybe I've learned so much of things, like, this kind of equipments and everything. So I'm also taking something from here and going back.
Absolutely.
I've worked on the biggest set and I've gone internationally, done this doesn't matter. Today I saw something really beautiful here. I might keep it in mind, I might utilize it, So it's always that learning experience and learning is never complete.
It's very true.
The study is never complete. Knowledge will always get back to you. That will always help. आज जो आपने देखा सीखा है वो आपको knowledge बाद में काम आएगा कहीं ना कहीं. It had worked for me, to be very honest. Like when I'm working internationally, I'm working with people. I've shot so many commercials for Dubai clients and everything in Thailand and Turkey. The language barrier and everything, but the language is the same in terms of technicality. It's the same camera from the same company. It's the same lights being used, where we use the same lights here, more or less 19-20. But the kind of language we go through, like I've just shot a very international film, Thai film, the first Thai film which have a Bollywood song, because Bollywood is really big in Thailand right now. So last year I shot a very big song with international artists, with Thai artists who are like really big in the industry in Thailand, The Girl and the Boy. Okay. I've shot the song. उनको मैंने हिंदी सिखाया, उनको पता नहीं, obviously I had to explain them the meaning, but they've never danced Bollywood. But I have made sure that they dance and they did so well, and it's a proper typical Bollywood शादी का संगीत वाला song. And it became so big. They're so happy. Oh, we have to do this, we have to do that. So I want those kind of people who come with simplicity, with humbleness, and say, yes sir, ye itna hai. Because I know people have ghumawed us a lot. But they still do. I come across a lot of people like this still.
So, integrity is important.
Definitely.
Talk about international artists, Jackie Chan sir. You did something very special along with him.
Yeah, so that was again one of the best moments of my life, because all thanks to Farama, because she's the one I got to meet so many people and got me.
ये Jackie Chan sir के साथ क्या था?
वही Farama का project ही था.
अच्छा.
I went to train him because I was. So what happened was, Jackie sir was coming to India, Sonu sir के साथ में, and he was supposed to do a song here. So Farama was supposed to choreograph that. And me and Itama being so close to Farama, we always go and help her. So she called us, I want both of you all to come on this project and be part of it. So, and train him and all that. So then I was sent to Jaipur to train him. That's why I got my moment with him to, train him. And
how quickly did he pick up?
Huh?
He was very good.
Because stunt is all choreography. Trust me, you have no idea. One, I saw Rekha ji, during Om Shanti Om, where me and Geetama was training her, and we were doing Om Shanti Om, that song. Yeah. तो उसमें हम सब आर्टिस्ट को ट्रेन कर रहे थे, and the only artist who came for rehearsal was Rekha ma'am.
अच्छा.
इतने आर्टिस्ट में से कोई रिहर्सल पे नहीं आया, सबने सेट पे सीखा. हमने फिल्म सिटी में शूट किया था गाना, और रेखा मैंने बोला मैं रिहर्सल पे आऊंगी. हमने जू में सत्य में जहाँ पे रिहर्सल करते थे ना, शी केम टू रिहर्सल ऑल्सो. मैं और गीता माँ वॉज एट द स्टूडियो. शी केम, शी सैट एंड शी सॉ मी एंड गीता डांसिंग द एंटायर सॉन्ग. हाँ एक बार और दिखाओ. दूसरी बार देखा, हाँ एक बार और सिर्फ दिखा दो. फिर दूसरी बार देखा. आई स्वेयर शी स्टूड अप. 4th टाइम में हमने जब म्यूजिक बजाया ना, शी डिड एवरीवन.
क्या बात है.
That's the power. Same thing happened with Jackie Chan, sir.
Hmm.
His entire team of stunt assistants were with him. He came to this small studio where he never said कि ये studio इतना छोटा क्यों. It was इतना सही studio था. मेरे ख्याल से इससे भी छोटा था. एक जगह मिरर लगा because जयपुर में there are not big studios and all that उस टाइम पे. तो हम गए. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था यार जैकी चैन सर आ रहे हैं तो ये स्टूडियो में कैसे डांस करेंगे, ये कैसा ये करेंगे. But he came. He never said कि ये क्या. He came. He met me very nicely and बात किया. मैंने उनको choreography सिखाई. He's like मुझे proper बॉम्बे का कुछ fun dance सिखाओ. तो I started showing him street dancing.
अच्छा.
He was so happy. तो उनको मैंने पूरा street dancing को पतंग उड़ाना फिर ये सब करना. I have a video with it. And he learned and became very friendly and very close. And he was very humble and very nice to everyone. He used to come on the set, meet everyone. एक हफ्ता उनके साथ बैठ के डिनर किया हमने जयपुर में. You know, I was there for 4-5 days. Sorry, we had like एक हफ्ता तो because I was there 2 days before. We had to train our team dancers and everything. But with him shooting, Disha Patni was there, other girl was there, and there was a Chinese actress was there. तो वो सब करते करते had an amazing time. Shot for those 2 days over there with him, and I saw a couple of my work to him because he wanted to see how your dance videos are. Very happy. Then before leaving, he gave me such amazing gifts. Then when Farama went for another song, he even gave me a part to do in his film, but I couldn't do it.
Oh, why was that?
So basically, what happened? I had signed a film called Filori
Okay.
with Anushka Sharma and Daljit Dosanjh. My friend Anshay Lal was the director of the film, and he wanted me to do the entire film. और हमें जाना था पंजाब रेकी पे और मैंने कमिट कर चुका था. आई हैड साइंड द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. दोस्ती थे. एंड देन व्हेन आई वाज शूटिंग विद जैकी चैन देयर वाज अ स्मॉल रोल ऑफ पंडित और व्हाटएवर. ही सेड आई वांट फिरोज टू डू इट बिकॉज़ ही गुड कैरेक्टर एंड ऑल दैट. एंड आई वाज सो एक्साइटेड कि यार ही ऑफर्ड मी टू डू अ स्मॉल रोल इन हिज फिल्म. His producer came and asked me, and I said no to it. And I'm like, why? I said I've already committed to a project back in Mumbai.
Oh.
And it was just a recce. I would have shifted it, but I didn't want it to cancel that recce because people have cancelled their other dates, and we have okayed that. So I never cancelled that. I said, sorry, sir, I'm really sorry. Thank you very much. I will always remember this, but I won't be able to come. You can ask someone else. I didn't go. They were shooting in China, in Hong Kong. Sorry, Hong Kong they were shooting. So I didn't go, but he remembered me. Before leaving, he gave me a lot of gifts and all that. But from there, when Farama was coming, Geeta had gone there. He sent more gifts for me, a book, handwritten, a t-shirt, print, personally signed, everything. I still have it.
So that's the greatness of some people who are there, but they are so humble.
Yeah, but he was like such an amazing personality. He still is.
So Feroz, mainstream cinema has almost died down. You see, like, from widescreen, the style of dancing has gone down. You've been doing more stylized stuff, more softer movements and all that. There are songs which are not having too much of dance sequences. So ये जो trend अभी अच्छा ऐसे इस तरह बढ़ने वाला है, where your kind of quality of choreography also comes into place.
Yeah, so the mainstream has not died completely. What happened was after pandemic, because producers feel really bad for them that people have invested money, so much of money. A lot of people have lost a big amount of money and they're going to great losses. They're still trying to recover themselves. And what happened was, and the OTT platform came in, and then people got used to it for those 1 year pandemic, dosa jo bhi chala, and people got so hooked on to it. Then बहुत अच्छा feedback मिला. Obviously, that's why they started making so much of OTT platforms, different channels, and different episodes, and a lot of series. So वो करते करते by the time the pandemic got over, the people who couldn't recover तो बेचारे चले गए, losses में आ गए, ये आ गए. But then people didn't have money also to put back into the market. Then this फिर एक वो phase चला कि South film में चल रही थी, Bollywood नहीं चल रही थी, वो एक phase चला. तो every phase we have gone through, the whole entire Bollywood, I'm saying, or the whole Indian cinema has gone through that. Even South people must have felt that, during pandemic. Now, what happened was कि जितना इन्होंने इन्वेस्ट किया था वो तो रिकवरी नहीं हुआ, और फिर बाद में लोगों के पास पैसे नहीं थे इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए. So it has changed for good, but people like me and other people who are saying काम कम हो गया, like जो पहले जैसे requirements होती थी वो कम हो गया, because your thought process, your presentation has changed. अभी OTTs में ज्यादा गाने नहीं होते हैं, वेब सीरीज में. अब जाके कोई OTTs वाले 1-2 गाने डाल देते हैं. तो वो कोरियोग्राफी के गाने कम हो गए हैं. मेन स्ट्रीम की जो फिल्में इतनी सारी रिलीज होती थी वो अब हो नहीं रही है. So there are top names, which are working because they've been working for a very long time, and they got एक production house, when they feel that this person is apt for us, then they only work with that person for that particular time till they feel that they need to change or for a change, which is a good thing, because आपको चलना चाहिए. मेरे साथ भी हुआ जब शुरू में I was doing before pandemic, I was doing so well that one company was calling me again and again for the same thing, for different projects with the same company. But then the time has changed, and then because log bahut बढ़ गए हैं, there are a lot of departments which is open, influencer market is open, social media has opened so many platforms, to do this, do that. But because being an old school, we never, put a lot of time and effort in being on social media. Because हमें लगता है कि I think that we have passed that phase of being that in front of the camera and that 10-12 inch light, and in that one front of the smartphone. We never did that in our lives, We always use our phones, just to call and message. BlackBerry days and Nokia days. Then when it became very smart and everything changed. So like today also when I'm shooting for a music video, directing a lot of videos for Z Music or Tips, so they always have a demand care, everyone will be watching on a phone. So my always is cinematic. I still want to put cinematic, but Feroz, but cinematic ठीक है, आप cinematic shoot करो, but I want to give that format like an anamorphic which is more cinematic. So बोले यार, but लोग phone पे देखेंगे, बोला ठीक है, but I still want people to feel that, experience that, So I try in my expertise and my thought and ideas how I want to incorporate. So everything has become simplified now. There are
it's
songs.
Good. You mean to say it's good.
But there are films also. There are songs now which other choreographers are doing. They're doing it like Bosco Caesar. Such great names. They're on top right now. And all the songs are amazing because the kind of money is being spent and the time and energy, the homework is so amazing. It looks good and they're dancing a hook step and everything. So there's a lot of other choreographers also who are doing very well. But when I'm working with certain people, there is a certain budget which is given to us, and in that time frame. And like I said, no, I've been doing videos in one day, which is not very easy to do it. आप 5 मिनट का गाना 12 घंटे में कैसा निकालना है, और ये भी नहीं कि आपने दिन बढ़ा दिया तो प्रोड्यूसर का डबल हो गया पैसा. It's like you shoot the next day, it's double the money. The artist will cost you, the location will cost you, every department will cost you the same on the next day. So you're not saving anything. So if you have committed for a day, you're committed for a day. Then it's a lot of pressure. And then you cannot do too many, tricky shots and all that where you say, yeah, let's do it. But you have to plan it in such a way. Then it happens. If you don't plan it, then you're gone. And touch wood that, till now, alhamdulillah, it's not been a case where, producers like, आपने क्या किया यार, अब मैंने पैसे डुबा दिए. दुआ करता हूँ कभी हो ना किसी के साथ में, ना मेरे साथ हो, ना किसी और के साथ में हो. And
quick questions. One person dead or alive that you'd like to choreograph?
Dead or alive?
Which you are not choreographed. Alive wala you not choreographed, but
yeah,
dead.
Again, when I'm saying old school, na, तो मुझे always old songs have always attracted me, 70s के, 80s के. Like 80s, obviously 90s तो हमने खुद ने करने शुरू कर दिए थे. But जो yesteryears के song है, जो मैं जैसा मैंने उस दिन एक फिल्म देख रहा था मैं, सौदागर. So उसमें राजकुमार सर and दिलीप सर.
आप चाहोगे कि राजकुमार
yeah, all those people who was not,
they were very iconic with
dance and all that we've always heard कि यार ये dance इनका अच्छा नहीं था तो खाली खड़े तो always felt कि यार ये अगर अभी होते तो अगर कुछ होता तो शायद हम कुछ कर पाते. Because थोड़ी एक इच्छा होती है ना कि I want to work with those people because उनके साथ में मुझे रह गया. I was very attracted towards old songs and classic songs I'm talking about.
What are your aspirations, role models, idols? कुछ है अभी?
To be honest, मैंने कभी ऐसे किसी को idol जैसे मैंने बनाया नहीं, but yeah, only one person I've been always seeing working and I always want to follow her is my Farama. You know, she's always been an inspiration to me because her talking to me when I was very low in my life and Ami passed away, at the time she entered my life and she said, just get up and just look at your family. You have to take it now from now onwards.
She's
That
been an
changed my life.
inspiration.
Yes, she's like always inspired me to do a lot of things. Even when I'm low after pandemic, also in between, every 2 days or 3 days a week, she will call me and ask me, how are you? Need anything? Aaj bhi wahi hai unka. So it's an amazing to see that, like, you know, all my, and there are a lot of strong women in my life. Always been my me, my Khalajan, you know, Farama, Geeta, my wife. You know, there always been such strong women in my life where I've always seen so much of, you know, power in them to do something, and like they have that, you know, aggression of positivity. कि नहीं यार ये तो सही होना है, ये सही होगा ये, you know, and they. So, and Farama has always inspired me in a lot of things. She's always picked me up when I'm low or I'm like not feeling good about it. She's always been, and I don't mind going back and just being, because every time she calls me and she gives me that, she doesn't, even now when she calls me कि फिरोज project कर रही तो आजा overlook कर ले, just come, and I go as an assistant and I don't feel anything about it because I feel यार कुछ सीखने मिलेगा, you know, and she never treats me an assistant also now because she knows at what position am I and people around and all that.
But to keep the student attitude of yours still alive, your want to know attitude on, that's the cue for you. Any favorite director you like to work? I mean, who's your favorite director?
Yeah, honestly, because when we're doing Mehuna, you know, I saw Farama working the entire film because me and Geeta was part of the scenes, everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not just the song. That's the turning point in my life and her life, Geeta's life, where she went towards dance reality show DID first, and then I went into complete music video and film song choreography. And it became very nice because I always wanted to, you know, just work with her and just be with her all the time. आज भी जब वो चीजें होती ना, I wish, you know, I can, you know, she does any film and then she calls me and I always, you know, be there because so much to learn from that woman, you know, so much of power she has.
One last question, भाई. डांसर्स जो बनने चाहते हैं उनके लिए क्या वर्ड ऑफ एडवाइस दोगे आप?
I would just like to say, like I said in the beginning also, कि अपने आप से honest रहिए. Dedication should be like to the fullest, okay? And homework, definitely homework should be amazing because, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who come with a lot of homework, but you have to have a homework with, you know, with proper people. Like if you're going into choreography, you follow all the choreographers, उनकी जर्नी क्या रही है, उन्होंने कौन कौन से गाने की, इस वजह से आज सरोज मैम का जो इतना नाम है, फारा मैम का इतना नाम है, और आज की जनरेशन में जो भी choreographers है, रेमो, बॉस्को सीजर, you know, आदिल हो गया, a lot of people, you know, which is done amazing songs, and I have done some work where I still feel that I'm like, you know, I am still one of them, but I feel you should get inspired by this kind of people and get to know about them कि उन्होंने कैसा किया था, इसका क्या था. अभी तो हर चीज मीडिया पे अवेलेबल है, you know. So I think they should be just and truly humble with everyone, and you have to have the gratitude towards people, especially your parents, where you know, take their blessings and do what they, you know, saying it, because outsiders will always be an outsider. You should always listen to your parents, which is like, you know, अगर आपने माँ बाप की नहीं सुनी तो आप अल्लाह ने आपकी नहीं सुनी. So you should always take their blessing and always listen to your parents and उनको explain कीजिए, अगर because they also old school, उन्हें पता नहीं है कि वो किस direction में बच्चा जा रहा है, उनको experience नहीं, उन्होंने इतना चीज़ें नहीं देखी हैं, उनको आप explain कीजिए, explain them कि माँ dad ये ऐसा, you know, this is the process, and inshallah एक दिन वो मान जाएंगे. You know, I think today's parents are amazing, like, you know, आज की जो पुराने generation के भी parents हो, अभी they give you a leeway to do, because उनको पता है कि कितना expand हो चुका है, ग्लैमर कितना बढ़ चुका है, टेलीविजन कितना बढ़ चुका है. सो एवरीवन नोज, सभी को everyone wants to see their kid on TV. Everyone wants to see kid, like today, sports dekh lijiye aap. Cricket has become a religion in our country, which is like next level. So I'm saying same thing goes with, Bollywood, our industry and everything. Everyone wants to be, an actor, an actress, a choreographer, a dancer. So inshallah, you just be humble to yourself and be honest.
Feroz Khan, the choreographer, the dancer, the judge, my dear friend, thank you so much, yaar.
Thank you,
Thank you
Kamlaksh.
so much for coming on the show. It's been so lovely talking to you.
No,
So much of insights, lot to learn for the new generation. Feroz Khan, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kamlash, and I'm really humble to say this, that you're an amazing soul. Stay the same way you are. You have not changed in 30 years, I know you. And all the best for your new show, which is Who's on Air. Amazing setup. And to your entire team, the back-end team, all your, sound guy, your camera, your makeup, all your sponsors and your team, all the best for the show, and inshallah, it will go a long way.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kamlash. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe.